Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us today. So now we have with us chapter 45 of the Sunder Kand. It's called Meeting Rama. Hanuman reports to Rama in detail. So what is the significance of Hanuman's meeting with Lord Rama upon his return from Lanka? Spiritually and symbolically, yes, Jai Gurudev. Hanuman's return to Rama symbolizes the soul or Hanumana reuniting with the self, or Rama after a journey through Maya of Lanka. He carries Sita's message, the longing of the heart for divine reunion. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji says that when seva is done selflessly and knowledge is anchored, devotion culminates in divine proximity. The art of living practices like Sudarshan Kriya and Sahat Samadhi meditation prepare us for such inner reunions, stilling the mind so truth can be conveyed fearlessly, just like Hanuman shares every detail with clarity and depth without ego. Now, words by words, how does Hanuman narrate his journey to Rama and what is its inner import of Jai Gurudev, yes, Hanuman narrates every detail from crossing the ocean to meeting Sita. Each verse is filled with bhakti and clarity. He doesn't skip hardships, meeting Vibhishana, facing demons, Ashok Vatika, destruction, yet remains detached. Vedic tradition sees this as Anuyaya Dharma, faithful reporting to the divine. Reciting these shlokas during Anjane Homam brings sharpness of memory and speech. Hanuman becomes a divine messenger, and through Gayatri Japa, one can tune into the sattvic vibrations he carried. Reporting truth without coloring it is a spiritual discipline or tapas. How can modern seekers emulate Hanuman's devotion and clarity while reporting truth to superiors or during leadership roles? Hanuman's report was transparent, precise, and emotionally intelligent. At Art of Living, through programs like DSN and Sri Sri leadership courses, participants cultivate inner strength, clarity, and fearlessness. When Hanuman bows before Rama and speaks, his speech is soaked in devotion, not pride. Practicing Hanuman Chalisa daily builds this frequency of truthful, humble communication. So darshan kriya clears impression, so our communication becomes pure, as Gurudev says. True leadership is in listening deeply and speaking truthfully without the burden of ego. What rituals or Vedic practices can support the remembrance of this divine episode in a seeker's life? Participating in Anjane Homam while chanting this portion of Sundarkand helps one develop a truthful tongue or Satya Vakya and pure intent or Shuddha Sankalpa. Vedic rituals like Ram Tarak Chappa of Homa or Navratna Parayana or Hanuman Kavacham protect the seeker from inner demons, just as Hanuman withstood Lanka's Asuras. Chanting all 68 verses daily or weekly reinforces dharma, and offering tulsi leaves while chanting this section invokes Rama's grace. One must also observe mauna or silence after chanting. Like Hanuman's silence after offering the full report, stillness is wisdom's companion. Now, how does this episode reflect the integration of action, devotion, and wisdom as per Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji's vision of spiritual living? Hanuman integrates all three: karma or action, and bhakti or devotion, and jnana or wisdom. Gurudev says knowledge without devotion is dry, and devotion without action is incomplete. Hanuman didn't just pray, he flew across the ocean. He didn't just act, he remembered Rama's name constantly, and he didn't just speak, he reflected on Sita's pain and wisdom in the art of living. This integration is fostered through Padma Sadhana of discipline and Seva of action and knowledge sessions. This chapter is a mirror showing how a spiritual seeker should serve and report with surrender and sharp awareness. What transformation occurs in Hanumana by the end of this meeting with Rama? Yes, Hanumana evolves from a messenger to a most trusted sevak. Rama embraces him and praises his intellect and humility. It is said that this is the moment Hanuman becomes immortal in divine service. In Upanayana and Gayatri Japa traditions, we teach that when truth is offered with devotion, divine approval is automatic. This chapter is often read during Purusha Sukta Parayana or Hanuman Jayanti for invoking blessings of divine intelligence or buddhi and strength or balam. The transformation is subtle. Ego dissolves and Hanumana stands fully as a radiant instrument of dharma. How can a group chanting of this chapter elevate collective consciousness, especially during challenging times? Group chanting of Hanuman's meeting with Rama is extremely powerful. As Gurudev explains, collective consciousness amplifies intention. When this episode is chanted together in satsang or during Hanuman Jayanti, the air becomes charged with devotion, clarity, and protection. The chapter's vibration reminds us that even in chaos like Lanka, truth reaches the divine. Chanting before decision making or reporting sessions creates mental clarity. Art of Living encourages global Sunder Kand Parayana with breath work, bringing communities into higher coherence where Rama and Hanumana are remembered, fear disappears. Now, what specific verses from this chapter holds the power to awaken inner strength, and how can it be applied daily? Yes, the important verse is Drishta Seti Tatvena Raghavaya Navyadyata. He truthfully conveyed to Rama that he had seen Sita. This simple verse symbolizes completion of a promised victory of faith and sacred reporting. Chanting it 11 times daily after morning Sandhya Vandanam strengthens commitment and focus. It's also a verse used in Vishnu Sahasranama Nyasa to invoke Hanuman's Shakti before key tasks. When spoken with intention, it energizes the Vaka Shakti power of speech and gives one the confidence to speak what needs to be said without fear. Outer rituals like Agni Karyam and Sandhya Vandanam align with the spirit of Hanuman's report to Rama. Both rituals are about purity, clarity, and connecting with truth. In Sandhya Vandanam, the Gayatri Japa purifies the intellect just as Hanuman's intellect was razor sharp while recounting Sita's message. Agni Karyam offers a daily actions into the fire of awareness. Hanuman's reporting was an ahuti or offering of his journey and emotions. At Rama's sweets, Gurudev emphasizes when actions are offered without ego, they blossom into wisdom. Practicing these rituals regularly invokes Hanuman's spirit of dedication and devotion within us. How can youth and professionals integrate the teachings of this episode into daily life through art of living and Vedic practices? Youth today face reporting pressure, decision fatigue, and emotional confusion. This episode teaches observe, act, reflect, and report truthfully. Art of Living programs like Yes Plus and youth leadership training programs build these capacities. Vedic practices like Upanayana initiate sacred discipline early. Daily chanting of Hanuman Chalisa post Sudarshan Kriya aligns emotions and intellect. Reading this episode weekly helps professionals stay grounded in purpose, just as Hanuman balanced courage and compassion. Today's leaders too must blend clarity with care. When devotion is the anchor, duties become sacred. Jagadev.